Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What about voice is clear? Okay. How much score you got in yesterday's exam? What about Nida?
Sir, I got full marks.
4 marks?
Full 20.
20. Good. Congrats.
Thank you.
What about Risha? At what time you get exam? Where you submitted the paper? Within 10 minutes, new link, how you solve all problems? I see. So if you submitted, the response should be there because it is automatically comes in the record, na? Mm. Let me check what will happen. Uh, okay. So you can send on the group, SYBA group. Okay, that screenshot also. Okay. Good evening, all of you. I welcome all the students to Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce Camp Pune 1. I teach statistics, general paper at SYBA level. Myself, I am Dr. M.B. Pathan. In last lecture, we have discussed sampling for proportions, which is also known as sampling for attributes. When I ask question, describe the sampling for attributes, you have to describe entire thing. Notation, corresponding estimation, everything what we have discussed in the last lecture. Today we'll try to see a new topic, I can say a new chapter under the heading of determination of the sample size. When we decide to conduct the survey, I think somebody has microphone on. Am I right? So just off the microphone. Okay, now it's clear. So when we decide to conduct the survey and we have decided our purpose of conducting the survey, the next step is what should be the sample size. That means how many observations to be collected to estimate the population quantities. That is decided by today's topic under the heading of determination of the sample size. That means value of small n. To decide a sample size, we have to take under consideration two things. Number one, what is the margin of error in the estimation? Suppose we want to estimate the value of population mean with the help of sample mean. Quite naturally, sample mean will not be exactly equal to your population mean. There will be a difference between sample mean and population mean. So how much difference is allowable, that you have to decide at the beginning. So your estimation carries error. So how much error is allowable that we can decide at the beginning of the survey. Another thing is to decide a sample size, we have to think about variation. Variation in a data, how much variation is allowable. According to that, we can decide a sample size. It may be with replacement method or it may be without replacement method. So in both cases, how much sample size is required to get a population quantity that we want to decide today. The size of the sample is need before the survey starts and goes into one point to be kept in mind. When the sample size increases, the variation of estimators decreases. This is very important part what you know from your first year knowledge. Variance of x is a sigma square, whereas variance of x bar is sigma square by small n. Now here small n is nothing but sample size, number of observations in the sample. So small n increases, variance of sample mean decreases. So there is a reciprocal relation between sample size and variance. But increasing a sample size also has a drawback, and that drawback is it increases the cost of the survey. If your observations to collect are larger and larger, then cost of the survey also larger and larger, vice versa. So you have to keep in mind both things. In one hand, you have to reduce the variation. In other hand, you have to minimize also cost. So I want to decide a sample size which can serve both purpose at a time. Precision should be increased. That means your sample survey method should give a population estimate more and more accurate. At the same time, cost of the survey should be as far as minimum possible. So that is the thing to be remembered in the determination of sample size. An important constraint or need determine the sample size is that the information regarding the population standard deviation, that is capital S, or you can say sigma, should be known for this criterion. The reason and need for this be clear when we derive the sample size in the next section. A question arises about how to have information about S. S is a population quantity which represent population standard deviation, which is not in our hand. And this can be done with the help of sample survey. We conduct the pilot survey, and with the help of pilot survey, we try to estimate value of capital S. And then we go ahead. We have case number one, if sampling is by without replacement. We know from previous chapter, standard error of sample mean without replacement is root of variance of y bar, and this formula we derived, if you remember. Root n minus n divided by n into n s square. This you can do ahead. I think it is one page One page is missing there. Before this, there is one page that is not given to me. Nida, if sampling is by without replacement, we have equation 4 in the previous page here. We put it in that expression z alpha by 2 equal d divided by root n minus n upon n into s square. This d stand for margin of error. Now if I solve this equation to get the value of small n, you can see d equal this multiply this. I make a square both side. D square equal to z square. Root will be get cancelled by making a square. Now this n I will take on the left hand side, n d square. Z square is a table value from normal table. Now I make a separation n upon n minus 1 times s square. Now this product will be one quantity minus this is second quantity. I took this on the left side. So I get this much. Now I want the value of n. So small n equal n times d square plus z square s square divided by z square n times s square. So this is the formula to determine the sample size if you are studying a variable characteristic. Similarly, you can do for attribute characteristic, that means for proportion. Now in this formula, capital S square is a population variance. Z is a table value. For given alpha, we get a value of Z. N is a population size, we know it. So there is a question of how to decide S square. And in previous chapter, we proved sample S square is a population S square expectation. So that approach you can take and get the value of small n. Case number 2, determination of sample size for given coefficient of variance. This is not variable. You know from first year there is a CV, coefficient of variation, and coefficient, confidence coefficient 1 minus alpha. The difference between this case and this case is, here we develop the formula of small n by looking a margin of error, that is the d. Now in place of d, here we have information about coefficient of variation. That is the difference. In this case, we replace margin error d as a CV as given below. D equal to CV, and formula of CV from your first year, it is the ratio of standard error with mean. So standard error of y bar divided by expected value of y bar multiply by 100. This is nothing but formula of coefficient of variation. SD divided by mean multiply 100, if you recall from first year. Put in following result. This is the formula what you got. Just in place of D, write CV. You get formula of determination of sample size with margin of error as coefficient of variation. Question on the topic is determination of sample size for variable characteristic. I think this is your first page. Page number case 1, determination of sample size for given margin of error D and confidence coefficient 1 minus alpha. What you write here, case 1. So before this, we have page number 4. That is this. Let small y bar be the sample mean as estimator of population mean capital Y bar. Let small d be the margin of error to estimate capital Y bar by using sample mean small y bar with confidence coefficient 1 minus alpha. Now this statement, this entire information can be written by probability statement like this. Probability, chance, the difference between sample mean and population mean. I put this vertical line, they stand for absolute difference. So sometime y bar may be more, sometime y bar may be less. But I took a absolute difference, that means only positive part. This difference is less than d, equal to 1 minus alpha. Now what this probability statement tells us? It says that try to decide sample size such that difference between sample mean and population mean will be less than given value of d, called as margin of error, equal to 1 minus alpha. Usually alpha is 1% or 5%. If I take alpha 1%, it is 0.01. 1 minus 0.01 is 0.99. So if I want to elaborate this statement says that we determine the sample size small n such that 99% guarantee. What guarantee? Sample mean will be close to the population mean with a difference of d. If alpha is a 5%, this quantity will be 0.95. So it will be interpreted as determine the sample size which gives the guarantee of 95% that difference between sample mean and population will be less than given number. It may be any number predetermined by the person who tells us to conduct survey. Now this statement can be written other way around by using a complement result. If I make a less as a greater, it will be 1 minus, that is alpha. So what this equation tells you? This tells probability, chance. The difference between sample mean and population mean greater than equal to given margin is equal to alpha. And I told just now alpha is usually 1% or 5%. So your difference is more than given number by 1% chance or 5% chance, which is very, very small. So by using this statement or this statement, both are equivalent. This is a complement of this. So both are same. How to decide? By using central limit theorem. We have standard normal variate as z equal to sample mean expected value of sample mean divided by standard error of sample mean. What I write this is called standard normal variate. This follows normal distribution 0, comma 1. 0 is a mean, 1 is a standard deviation of normal. Now we proved in previous chapter expected value of sample mean is a population mean. So I replace E of y bar as capital Y bar. Let Z alpha be the upper 100 alpha percent significant value of standard normal variate Z. For this Z, we decide a table value Z alpha using alpha as a significance coefficient, such that probability of Z greater than Z alpha equal to alpha. That is probability absolute Z. Here I write Z only. It may be negative, it may be positive. So if I speak only positive part, this become alpha by 2 because normal is a symmetric. If I take alpha, then under symmetry, alpha by 2 on the left hand, alpha by 2 on the right hand. So this statement and this statement are same. I call this equation as 2. Let us see equation 1. Right hand side is alpha. Here, right side is alpha. Left is a probability, here also probability. So this statement and this statement should be parallel. So what is this Z alpha by 2 will be treated as the value of D after making some changes to get formula of Z inside. That we do in the next page. After this page number 4, be remember both of you have to go back here. This you have to go back. Standard error of y bar, replace this in the formula of page number 4. These pages are reshuffled, not properly written. And then you go for see now. This page number 8 is there. From equation 1, we write probability y minus y bar divide standard error of y bar greater than D divided by standard error of y bar equal to alpha. That means after page number 4, you have to come directly to 8. It is a sequence. You have broken the sequence when you make a scan copy. Let it be. Now this is equation. Left side probability of absolute Z greater than D upon standard error of y bar equal to alpha by using 2 and 3. You can compare equation 2 with equation 3. Z alpha by 2 equal D upon standard error. This is equation number 4. Now we have two cases as case number 1. If sampling is by with replacement, standard error of y bar will be root of variance of y bar, sigma square by n, sigma by root n. You replace this in the denominator and simplify the equation. you get the value of small n under with replacement. Sigma square z square alpha by 2 by d square. If sigma square is known to you, put the value here and get the answer of small n for given d. If it is unknown, find the estimate. And this is the estimate of sigma square. Replace this in this formula, you will get the value of small n. That is about under with replacement. Then in page number 4, we did that by, this is your page number 4. Then we decide the value of small n by using the value of, this is your continuation. So we have decided the formula for small n under with replacement, and we decided the formula of small n for variable characteristic when we have studied, this is the formula under coefficient of variation, and this is with margin of error. So two formulae you have to derive properly. The notes with my hand written, that you have to write in one page. Case number 2, if your data is attribute type, that means for proportion, how to decide the formula for small n. Determination of sample size for attribute type of data. So here you have two topics. Determination for variable data and determination for attribute data. To find small n such that estimate of the population proportion should be within the allowable margin d, that is absolute sign small p minus capital P less than equal to d. When I say attribute, I have to play with proportion. And if I say variable, then y bar, capital Y bar and small y bar. That is the difference in the determination. Probability, absolute sign P minus P less than equal to D equal to 1 minus alpha. Derivation is exactly parallel. For normal distribution, we have probability absolute P minus P divided by standard error of P less than equal to D divided by standard error of P is equal to 1 minus alpha. This is known as normal variate, called as a Z. So probability absolute Z less than equal to D upon standard error 1 minus alpha. Now from this step you have to look here. Probability absolute Z greater than equal to D upon standard error of P equal to alpha. It is a complement of this. Here it is less, I write greater. So when I make a complement on the left, it is 1 minus this, that is alpha. From normal table, we get a value of Z alpha by 2. That is your equation number 2. If you compare this with this, quite natural, right side is alpha. This is absolute Z. So this quantity should be equal to Z alpha by 2. So I write D by standard error of P is Z alpha by 2. Make a square, d square equal to z square. Square of standard error is a variance of p. Equation number 3. In case of with replacement, variance of small p is this much. We derived it previous chapter. Put this formula here and get a simplification of n. Under without replacement, variance of p is this much. Now this variance will be replaced at this point and then simplified for small n. That is the formula under without replacement. So get a simplification, and finally, if you are studying attribute type of data, your small n will be n times z square alpha by 2 multiply pq divided by d square multiply n minus 1 plus z square alpha by 2 multiply pq. So when there is a PQ, it is attribute type of data. If n is large, this formula will be simplified as z square PQ d square. Because when I make a simplification, you will get this much formula. This divided by this is 1 in the ratio. So you get such quantity. That is nothing but how to get a value of n under with replacement and without replacement. Now we take a numerical example and then we'll stop today. That is the end of very small topic. From a population of 1,000, random sample by without replacement, determine the sample size n to estimate the true population mean x bar 20 such that error should be 10% of true value. So by using this information, which was a university question in 2015. Hello? 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 So this is the question. Hello? वालेकुम सलाम. हाँ बोलिए सर. हाँ अच्छा. हाँ हाँ ठीक है. वो लड़का अभी बाहर गया है. वो आया बता मैं और वो आ जाते ऊपर इंशाल्लाह मगरिब बाद. जी. So this is the example to decide the value of small n. See how to solve. Given n is 1,000, d equal to 10% of true value. True value of population mean is 20. So d equal to 10% of true value. So it is 2. We have confidence level 1 in 20. It is given there 1 in 20. Apart from a chance of 1 in 20. And sample variance is 4. So alpha is nothing but 1 in 20, so 0.05, that is 5%. For 5%, normal table value is 1.96, which is tabulated in a statistical table. If it is a 10%, Z alpha by 2 is 1.64. These are the table values to be remembered. Now I have formula for variable characteristic. Small n equal to n time z square alpha by 2s square. Total divide n time d square plus z square alpha by 2s square. By putting the values given in the problem at proper place and simplify. So you will get the calculation that is 3.8268 something. So approximately small n should be 4. So this example tells you if you want to estimate true population mean by using a sample of size n with 1000 as a population size, it says take a n equal to 4 sample values which will satisfy all these constraints. So such examples may be asked on the topic of determination of sample size. I will rearrange this, but I can't rearrange because it is Xerox in one scan. For this